Welcome back, my dear students. Today we are going to explore the origin and conduction of cardiac impulses, the fascinating system that keeps our heart beating rhythmically. To understand this, we will trace how the sinoauricular node or SAnode, the atrioventricular node or AVnode, bundle of His and Purkinje fibers work together to generate and conduct impulses. This coordination ensures the heart contracts in a perfect sequence, pumping blood efficiently throughout the body. By the end of this class, you will have a clear idea of how the cardiac conduction system acts as the natural pacemaker of our heart. Origin and conduction of cardiac impulses. The heart automatically beats due to the generation and conduction of electrical impulses in the cardiac muscle. These impulses ensure that the heart contracts rhythmically and efficiently, pumping blood to the body and lungs. Origin of cardiac impulses or pacemaker activity. The heart has its own natural pacemaker which can generate impulses without any external nervous stimulation. The pacemaker is basically a specialized group of cardiac muscle cells called the sinoatrial or SAnode. Location of the SAnode, where the SAnode is located, upper part of the right atrium near the opening of the superior vena cava. Function: it generates electrical impulses spontaneously at a regular rate, around 60 to 100 impulses per minute in a healthy adult. It also initiates each heartbeat by causing atrial contraction. If the SAnode is damaged, what happens? Another node called the atrioventricular node can take over a secondary pacemaker, but at a slower rate, 40 to 60 impulses per minute. This is the cardiac conduction system. It is showing the location of SAnode, AVnode, bundle of His, right branch bundle and left bundle branch, Purkinje fiber. This is ventricle and this is atrium. This image shows how electrical impulses travel in a heart muscle or myocardial cells to make the heart beat. The SAnode or sinoatrial node is shown as the starting point. It produces electrical impulses like the natural pacemaker of the heart. These impulses spread to nearby muscle cells through gap junctions in the intercalated disc. The electrical signal first appears in autorhythmic cells, cells that generate their own rhythm. From there, it spreads to contractile cells which actually contract to pump blood. The small graphs shows the difference in membrane potential or electrical activity between autorhythmic cells and contractile cells. So the diagram explains how the heart's pacemaker cells or SAnode create electrical signals that spread through connected heart muscle cells, causing them to contract in a coordinated way. Conduction pathway of cardiac impulses. The electrical impulses generated by the SAnode spread through the heart in a specific sequence to ensure coordinate contraction. From SAnode into atria, impulses spread through the atrial muscle fibers. This causes the atria to contract, pushing blood into the ventricles. Atria and ventricles are separated by a fibrous insulating tissue called the fibrous skeleton, so the impulse does not pass directly to the ventricles. Atrioventricular node or AVnode, it is located in the lower part of the right atrium near the interarterial septum. It receives the impulse from the atria and delays it slightly. Purpose of delay: it allows the ventricles enough time to fill with blood from the atria before contracting. Bundle of His or atrioventricular bundle. After the AVnode, the impulse enters the bundle of His, which passes through the interventricular septum. The bundle of His is the only electrical connection between the atria and ventricles. Right and left bundle branches. The bundle of His splits into right and left bundle branches which run along the interventricular septum toward the apex of the heart. Purkinje fibers. These fibers spread throughout the ventricular walls. They rapidly conduct the impulse to all parts of the ventricles, causing a strong, coordinated ventricular contraction from apex to base. This image explains the sequence of electrical conduction in the heart in a very simple way, almost like a relay race. The signal starts at the SAnode or Sinoatrial node, which is the natural pacemaker of the heart. It then passes to the AVnode or atrioventricular node. From there, it travels down the bundle of His. Finally, it spreads through the Purkinje fibers, making the ventricles contract. On the left, the cartoon shows the signal being passed like a baton in a race from SAnode to AVnode to His bundle of His and ultimately to Purkinje fibers. Diastole is the refill phase when the heart chamber relaxes and fills with blood, and systole is the pumping phase when the ventricles contract to pump blood out. This is the electrical conduction in heart. The image showing the SAnode firstly depolarizes, the first image. The second one, electrical activity goes rapidly to the AVnode via internodal pathway. The purple shading in step 2 to 5 represents the stages of depolarization. The third, this is the depolarization spreads more slowly across the atria. This is the atrial region, right atrium and left atrium, through the ventricular right atria more slowly. Conduction slows through the AVnode. Then depolarization moves rapidly through the ventricular conducting system to the apex of the heart. This is the apex of the heart. Then 5, depolarization wave spreads upward from the apex. So SAnode to internodal pathway, then AVnode, then AV bundle, then bundle branches. This is the process. Properties of cardiac muscle for impulse conduction. Automaticity. Cardiac muscle can generate impulses without nervous stimulation. So SAnode activity is there. Excitability. Muscle cells can respond to stimuli by generating action potentials. Conductivity. Action potentials can spread from cell to cell via gap junctions in intercalated disc. Rhythmicity. Cardiac cells produce impulses in a regular rhythmic manner. Summary of impulse flow. SAnode to atria, it causes atrial contraction. AVnode, slight delay. Bundle of His, right and left bundle branches, Purkinje fibers, and it causes ventricular contraction. So the result is the coordinated heartbeat that pumps blood efficiently from atria to ventricles and then to lungs or body. Regulation of heartbeat, heart rate. The autoimmune nervous system can modify heart rate. Sympathetic stimulation increases heart rate and force of contraction. Parasympathetic stimulation, vagus nerve, it decreases heart rate. Hormonal control, epinephrine and norepinephrine from adrenal glands increases heart rate and contraction strength. So this image shows the step-by-step pathway of electrical conduction in the heart. The SAnode generates an electrical impulses, the yellow region starting the heartbeat. These impulses then spreads through the atria, making them contract. It reaches the AVnode where the signal slows down briefly. Then it travels quickly through the bundle of His to the apex of the heart. Then the impulse spreads upward through the Purkinje fibers in the ventricles, causing them to contract. Finally, the heart returns to its resting state, ready for the next impulse. So, in short, we can say the diagram shows how an electrical signal starts in the SAnode and travels through the special pathway, making the atria and ventricles contract in a coordinated sequence to pump blood. So in today's class, we learned how the SAnode, AVnode, bundle of His and Purkinje fibers work together to generate and conduct cardiac impulses. This perfect sequence ensures that the atria and ventricles contract in harmony, allowing the heart to pump blood efficiently. So always remember, our heartbeat is powered by a finely tuned conduction system acting as the body's natural pacemaker. Keep revising, stay curious, and see you in the next class. Thank you.